Stephanie has meticulously fashioned an entirely new existence and a successful career, all of which are directly predicated on the intricate and unsettling story of Emily. Her literal endeavor, a book delving into the murky depths of Emily's alleged crimes, serves as the cornerstone of this new life. The complex relationship of a true crime author as a true crime writer, Stephanie finds herself in a profoundly complicated and ethically ambiguous relationship with her subject. The very subject of her book, Emily, is clingingly referred to as the Faceless Blonde, a woman who stands convicted of her own sister's murder. Stephanie's own admission reveals a layer of personal connection. She concedes that Emily was once a close friend, the admission mere criminal subject to a more insidious force, as Stephanie also believes that, in a way, they were all Emily's victims. This nuanced perspective underscores the complex wave of manipulation and consequences that Emily seemingly wove around those in her orbit. The unforeseen release of Emily from prison on appeal introduces a significant disruptive element. Her sudden appearance at Stephanie's book reading creates an immediate and undeniable tension, drastically altering the atmosphere of the event. This unexpected convergence of the two individuals under such public circumstance forces a confrontation that was previously avoidable. Emily, ever the provocateur, wastes no time stirring the pot. She questions why Stephanie's book isn't selling and even hints at family secrets, asking about Stephanie's brother. Then in a truly jaw-dropping moment, Emily asks Stephanie to be her maid of honor at her wedding in Capri. Everyone, including us, is thinking, is this a trap? Emily even jokes about murdering Stephanie for a sequel to her book. Stephanie is obviously hesitant, and who can blame her? But here's the kicker. Emily threatens to sue Stephanie into oblivion for using her name and likeness without consent if Stephanie doesn't come to the wedding. Stephanie's team even confirms that a lawsuit is plausible. So despite her paranoia and her son Miles' concern about Emily, Stephanie is essentially strong-armed into the glamorous yet terrifying trip to Capri. On the private jet to Capri, the bizarre continues. Stephanie's agent encourages her to secretly bank stuff for another book deal, turning this into the lion's den. Emily, meanwhile, is her usual self, making suggestive comments and even calling some of her fiancé's friends the worst. Emily's fiancé, Dante Versano, is presented as a man significant social standing, characterized by his old-money Italian background. His apparent devotion to Emily, even in the wake of her incarceration, suggests a strong emotional connection, or perhaps a complex dynamic at play. The unexpected encounter in Capri between Stephanie and Sean, Emily's ex-husband and the father of her son, Nicky, adds a new layer to the unfolding events. This reunion hints at a potential unresolved issue or historical complexities that could influence the current situation. Sean's intense warning to Stephanie reveals a deep-seated animosity from Emily, suggesting a significant past event has fueled her resentment. The phrase, biggest grudge of her life, implies an unparalleled level of ill will, far exceeding any previous grievances Emily has ever held. Sean's explicit instruction not to trust Emily, even for a moment, underscores the severity of the situation and the potential for Emily to act on her grudge. The interaction highlights a dangerous dynamic at play, where historical animosities could easily jeopardize Stephanie's current position or well-being. For that night, Emily notifies Stephanie that she's having a bachelorette party and that she insists that she come. So allegedly, later that night, Stephanie heads to the bachelorette party, checking in with her mom and jokingly stating that she's still alive so far. She hopes she's not the first one there. Whilst on the call, Emily enters, who immediately tells Stephanie she's late, and then hilariously tries to brand Stephanie's fan as Smoothers, seeing it as a branding opportunity for her show. Stephanie signs off with the darkly humorous instructions to show the video to the police if she dies. Later, Emily is making martinis, claiming to be a changewoman and that a little watering down never hurt anyone, except perhaps Stephanie's sister Faith. Emily boasts us about helping Stephanie's numbers go through the roof, and that she rented out the whole place just for them like old times. Another character then offers a toast to old friends, new beginnings, and not getting poisoned, which hindsight is a major red flag. The conversation then shifts to breath holding, with Emily declaring best one yet after Stephanie mentions a time 2 minutes 37 seconds. Stephanie brings up Kate Winslet's 7-minute breath hold for The Way of Water, and Emily darkly jokes that Winslet also killed Jack. Things get a darker turn as Stephanie questions what's going on with Sean. Nothing, he's so mean and drunk, Emily dismisses, implying crimes and kink. but then claims to have stopped all that. She then rattles off a list of past stuff. Then, they discuss the death of a man, with Stephanie confirming he's dead and that there's no more. Emily is skeptical that a super mommy feels bad for a pedophile. Stephanie reveals she found the photo catch and that the man shot himself right in front of her, adding that the cops weren't sure if the evidence was planted. Emily quickly returns this back on Stephanie, praising her fucking great instincts. Stephanie, along the instinct discussion, criticizes Emily for marrying Sean and describes Dante as a very sexy, very rich, very all the things. Stephanie references The Godfather. Continued as Stephanie was returning to her room. She saw Nicky trying to get into her room past curfew, apologizing for losing his key. Stephanie tells his dad he's probably asleep and was pretty tired when she saw him. Nicky adds he's probably passed out or drunk again. Stephanie then tells Nicky to go to the front desk and she'll wait for his dad. As the keys came and the door was open, there was Sean lying flat on the floor, naked, with shattered glasses of the bathroom and blood everywhere. With a scream of the housekeeper, the family gathered, and in a blink the police came, taking words for the death, and the detective calls it a tragic accident. Emily takes the detective stating despite everything, Sean was a good man. But Stephanie isn't buying it. She questions how the detective can be so sure it was an accident, pointing out that the drunk people generally don't just bleed out of their eyes, nose and mouth, and that no toxicology or autopsy has been run yet. The detective dismisses her, citing American woman and true crime obsessions, and insists it was a tragic accident. Stephanie pushes back, stating there are a lot of people at this wedding who have reasons to want Sean dead, some more than others. The detective simply states that the Versanos are fine upstanding people, and no one they'd invite would cause harm. A simple favor introduces us to Stephanie Smothers, a seemingly innocent mommy blogger who strikes upon unlikely friendship with the sophisticated and mysterious Emily Nelson. She's just escaped and is on the run from the mob, with the FBI trying to get her to a safe house. Turns out, Linda, Emily's enigmatic aunt, is super dangerous and connected to a string of unexplained deaths, all men she conned. Stephanie is clearly in over her head, and the tension is palpable. Proper chaos intensifies as Stephanie, desperately trying to untangle herself from Emily's web, manages to a secure, clandestine meeting with an FBI agent. But just when she thinks she might get some clarity, the rug is pulled out from under her feet, revealing an even more convoluted scheme. The shocking truth emerges. Emily's supposedly dead sister, Charity, is not only alive, but is meticulously impersonating Emily. This elaborate deception is all part of Sin Sister's plot to frame Stephanie, turning her life into a living nightmare. As if being implicated in a murder wasn't enough, Stephanie now finds herself with the mob, hot on her heels, adding a terrifying new dimension to her already precarious situation. It's truly a series of unfortunate events, piling one disaster on top of another. Stephanie's primary goal becomes maintaining a low profile, hoping to evade both the authorities and the dangerous criminal element now pursuing her. However, this proves to be an impossible task, as Emily's simultaneously family seems determined to stir up trouble at a very turn, inadvertently or perhaps intentionally drawing more unwanted attention to Stephanie. Every move she makes, every attempt to disappear is seemingly thwarted by the very people she's trying to escape, making her desperate fight for survival an increasing public and perilous ordeal. The plot thickens as we cut to Emily's mother, Margaret, who reveals shocking truths to Linda. Stephanie knows everything about Charity and what she's done. Margaret, bless her heart, even threatens to expose Linda. This confirms our suspicions that Emily's past is far more complicated than we initially thought. Linda's casual reaction to Margaret's threats shows that how ruthless she are. Stephanie, now captured, is being given a true serum by Mrs. Versano, Dante's mother, who believes Stephanie killed her son. Under the influence, Stephanie spills the beans. It was Emily's triplet sister, Charity, who killed Dante, and possibly Sean, Emily's ex-husband, and even an FBI agent. This scene is a wild ride, with Stephanie drugged, honestly providing some truly jaw-dropping revelations and darkly comedic moments, impersonating her along with Linda. The full extent of their elaborate scheme is laid bare. Emily wasn't dead. Her death was a calculated move by Charity and Linda to escape their past and frame Emily. After all those, Emily steps in to rescue Stephanie, yet with disbelief, Stephanie starts to argue about the fact that she now knows, denying she was not Emily, rather Charity. Emily surprisingly proves she's indeed Emily by by revealing a very personal and embarrassing secret about Stephanie. After the dust settles, we find Emily explaining to Stephanie how Charity drugged her and took her place, even going through with her wedding to Dante. Emily is distraught that Dante died, thinking she was the killer. Despite everything, Emily reveals that she brought Stephanie into the mess because she sees Stephanie as her knight in shining mirror, the only one who can help her. Just when you think it's over, Emily, still at large, makes a public appearance at Stephanie's live stream, posing a distressed sister. She even has Nikki with her, making it seem like Stephanie is the villain. This movie is classic. Emily, manipulative, theatrical, and designed to throw everyone off her scent and put Stephanie in an even deeper hole. The true depth of Linda and Charity's depravity are exposed. Linda reveals that children are simply props for con artists, and Charity gloats about how easily Nikki was fooled. Their grand plan is revealed. Charity, pretending to be Emily, will inherit Dante's fortune as his powerful widow, taking care of Linda and Nikki. The catch? Emily has to die, and Stephanie is to be the fall guy, her body presented as proof to Versano family. It's truly diabolical plan. Charity claiming that she didn't sign up for the death of Emily because she is all she has. Charity furiously pushes Linda off the cliff. In a final, desperate confrontation, Charity tries to kill Stephanie. Emily intervenes, reminding Charity of their family's destructive nature and urging her to break the cycle. Emily convinces Charity that they are one, and together they can fix this, subtly manipulating her into a trap. This scene is a messy, emotional battle for survival, with both sisters grappling with their twisted past. And justice is served. Stephanie's book, Dying for Love, A Killer in Capri, is a #1 bestseller, and Emily Nelson is back in custody, confessing to multiple murders. Stephanie is hailed as a crime-solving hero, but just when Stephanie believes she's secure, a call from Emily, who remains concealed, shatters her sense of safety. Emily's request for a simple favor is delivered with an unsettling casualness, especially given their shared simultaneous history. This interaction provides a chilling and ambiguous resolution, strongly implying that Stephanie will be drawn back into Emily's orbit. The film powerfully conveys the idea that initial impressions can be misleading, and that seemingly innocuous requests can unravel into perilous and unforeseen outcomes.